What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the One Fit Barber. I'm just here to talk to you guys a little bit about how I overcame vices, alcohol, cigars, partying, hanging with the wrong people, and surrounding myself in the wrong environment. I had to go through a few things to personally experience and learn before things got worse. And the first thing that had to change was my mindset. Why my mindset? Because I was so comfortable in the state of living that I was in. I was so comfortable with the life that I was living that I wouldn't even think about changing anything. I thought everything was okay. I thought everything and the way I was moving was all right because, I have a good business. I have a good family. I'm working good. I'm taking care of my bills. Everything was taken care of. Everything out externally was taken care of, except internally. I wasn't taking care of myself internally. I wasn't truly happy with myself. And without me being at peace and happy with myself, it always led me back to alcohol, to the clubs, chasing women, trying to find females and just get drunk and find that temporary pleasure. That's what it was leading me to by not having the right mindset. I've always had the mindset of a hustler and entrepreneurship, but that's all external work. I never got to building the mindset on investing in myself. I always just worked externally, looking at the materialistic shit, but never working on myself. So my mindset had to change. My mindset had to change because I kept going back to vices. I kept going back to alcohol, cigars, and spending money on parties, clubs, bottle service, all that bullshit that my money was just flying by. And I wonder why I woke up with no money. I wonder why I woke up hungover in my worst ways. I looked at myself in the fucking mirror and I thought to myself, what the fuck am I doing? Why the fuck did I let myself go like this? I had a belly and some tits, bro. Men aren't supposed to have tits, homie. I had to change something. I had to change my mindset. I had to change the way I thought and the way I carried myself. I'm a business owner. What kind of a leader am I setting the example as? That's not getting respect for myself and for others to respect me if I can't even respect myself. How do I expect my son and my family to respect me if I wasn't even respecting myself? I was living in my worst ways internally. I was not physically, spiritually, and mentally aligned. All three aspects gotta be aligned, and I wasn't doing that. I kept falling back into alcohol. I kept falling back into going to the clubs and parties whenever relationships wouldn't work. And my relationships wouldn't work because of who I was. I wasn't being that man. You know what I'm saying? I had to create that man and change my ways in order for things to be admirable, respectable, and lovable. I didn't admire and respect myself. And that's why I would always go back to a low frequency state. I was vibing and vibrating in a low frequency state that I would go back and continue to consume alcohol and in areas and environments that always led to destruction or led to a bad ending, to a bad situation. So first and foremost, I had to change my mindset. What the fuck was I thinking? Realize what I was doing was wrong. And once I changed my mindset and realized that I was not growing, I was not going to elevate and reach the next level because of who I was, because internally I wasn't happy with myself. Once I realized that, once I changed my mindset, now I had to change my environment. My environment. Where am I hanging out at? Who am I hanging out with? Who am I listening to? What am I listening to? Who are my conversations with? What are my conversations even about? I had a lot of friends. And the people that I would hang out with to party and go clubbing, but none to do business with. None to talk about self-development, self-growth, self-mastery, daily programs, daily habits. I had none that would talk about those things. But I had every single one to go party, clubbing, drinking, smoking, spending money on bullshit, wasting time. I had every friend for that, but none for self-development. My environment had to change because I would continue and continuously go back to the same bullshit. But not now, until my mindset was correct, until I had my mind right on exactly what it was that was ruining me and holding me back and delaying my goals. I had to change that. Once I knew that, my environment changed and I had to isolate. It brings isolation there. You have to be alone for a while. That's just what it takes. I had to be alone for a while and just really connect with myself and the source, a higher source, which was God. That was my higher source because he's the creator of the heavens and the earth. And I know that he had a bigger purpose for me, because every time I would drink alcohol and I end up in a bad situation, I could have got killed. I could have killed somebody else, end up in jail forever, lose my son, lose my family, lose my business. I had to connect with a higher source. And I had to thank God. Lord, thank you for giving me a new opportunity. I wasn't living in gratitude. So now I wake up every day with gratitude, living in the moment, thanking God for a new day. And so I take massive action towards my goals, towards my gratitude. But I had to change my mindset. I had to change my environment, the people I surround myself with. I had to isolate, be by myself for a while. And by doing so, I was able to now realize that I had to invest in myself. I had to see who was living the life I wanted to live and had the results that I want to have. Because that's who I had to listen to. The people that have the results you are looking for, that's your go-to. Because they are the ones that are going to show you the way, that are going to give you the blueprint to live a better life with a healthier lifestyle, with the right mindset, with the right people. And because his life is all about attracting and not chasing. So I figured that I was only attracting toxicity because internally I wasn't right. Internally, I was incorrect. I kept looking for peace and happiness in the same place I would lose it at, because my mind wasn't right. I didn't have the mindset of finding that true peace within myself. My self-development was off. I didn't have a daily program. So I sought help. Had to find a mentor. I had to find somebody that had the results that I wanted to have. The power of social media. I mean, there's no excuse as to why I couldn't find somebody that was living how I wanted to live, that had the results that I wanted to have. Being sober was first and foremost. I had to cut all vices and be aligned with myself. Finding my purpose. What was it? First, I had to help myself. I had to help myself in order to seek the help I actually needed. And so, changing my environment, building that mindset, allowed me to attract and become that person that I needed to be. You know what I'm saying? I had to figure out who I wanted to be. It's not what I had to do, who the fuck I wanted to be. Because that person that I needed to be was going to reach that next level. The person that I was before would never touch the next level. Because I was hurt. I was broken. I was in pieces. I was depressed. I had anxiety. And all of those things led me back to alcohol, to partying, all those vices and bad habits. I had to set the example. I had to set the example for my family. I had to set the example for my son. I knew exactly what I had to do. I just never did it. I would procrastinate. I would always save it for later. I would always just think about it, and I would never do it. I wasn't being that man. I wasn't being that leader. I had to invest in myself. And it had to start with building my mindset, changing my environment, and get that personal growth. Who do I learn from? Who do I listen to? Who do I see? Because that's what my kid does. My son, he's observant. He watches everything. And kids, as soon as they see what you do, they tend to copy. So what kind of life was I living and showing to my son by living that kind of lifestyle? I broke. It's like, yo, I'm done with this lifestyle. The only way to grow is to change everything. Everything that I was doing, I kept going back. No more. So once I made that decision of making that change, there's no going back. Like, I'm so at peace with myself. I'm so alive because now I live in the moment. I am present now. I am present with how I'm living. And I get to work on my self-development daily because I am grateful, and I show gratitude by waking up, thanking God for a new day. And I take massive action. I drop and I do my burpees. I created a daily program for myself to create that man that I admire and respect, and that will never fail me. That will never fail me, because I've always failed me. I've never showed up for myself. I would show up for everything and everyone, but I never showed up for myself. And now with my self-development program, with the right people that I've encountered, with the right people that I've being mentored by, everything's just changing. But I'm attracting these people. I wasn't chasing no more. Now it's all about attraction. Life is a mirror, not a window. Everything that I was attracting was a perfect reflection of who I was. So now with the right mindset, with the right environment, and the right self-development program, self-development process, and those daily habits that I've created for myself, I'm creating that man that I admire and respect daily. And that will always come through for me. And I will never fail me, because I can't go back. That is not even a choice. That is not even an option. I already hit that next step where it's so fucking easy. They bring me a bottle, they bring me a beer. I laugh. I laugh at it because it's like, I don't miss it. I don't miss anything about drinking, anything about the hangovers, anything about feeling depressed, anything about feeling alone. I don't miss none of that shit. I'm so happy within myself, and I'm at peace now that I'm able to lead my team, my business by example, that I'm able to lead and show my son how to be a man that admires and respects himself, because that's who we want to attract, a woman that admires and respects themselves. Life is a mirror, not a window. Everything you attract is a reflection of who you are. So I had to work on my self-development. I had to change my mindset. I had to change my environment. Those are the 3 things that I had to change in order to become the man that I am today. And I'm still growing. This ain't the end. It's only the beginning. It's only the beginning. But this is what I had to do for myself to be the man that I am today. And I'm going to continue growing. I'm not going to fail me. And you cannot fail you. Your people depend on you. You depend on you. If you got kids, your kids depend on you. And when everything depends on you, you can't fucking quit. Excuse me, you can't fucking quit. You gotta go that much harder. You gotta get uncomfortable. So that's it for now. God bless you guys. Stay focused. Let's make it happen.